How was your weekend?
I've been home. We obviously didn't get the car 100% figured out on this new combo. So we got some forward direction to go, which I'm going to do tomorrow. And that includes doing these adjustable rockers we got off Andy Torres. And then we're going to borrow some taller valve covers. And I think I've got push rods at the shop I can put this thing together with, because the adjuster makes the push rod a little shorter. We're going to try that first. If that doesn't work out, I may try a cam swap. But the goal is to get the car together, dynoed, and again. And then I would like to hit US 36 Wednesday to see how the car runs. And then if that's good, probably try to do this New York race that's coming up, which is on an airport. And that means we don't have to have 2,000 plus horsepower, but I would like to have 14 to 1,500
to sit comfortable.
So, but I think once we get push rod length right, the tune-up will come together a little bit better on the car. Then if I have to, I can give a little squeeze to get my goal I need out of it.
A little spray.
A little NX action. So, what are you thinking?
Nothing?
Nothing?
No. Just thinking about how it was such a dud.
Kind of let down.
It was.
Yeah. Should.
I mean, I'm not mad about it because you stayed home, so that's kind of nice. But
yeah.
Which, I mean, honestly, probably a good thing you did stay home, because that Kentucky race,
I guess they got hit with hurricane type
huge
weather.
Storm. Yeah, I saw one photo and it was like 10 people holding down like one tent.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, so I mean, they didn't even get to do one pass all weekend. So luckily we didn't thrash and go with an unprepared car and then drive nonstop with no sleep to get to the race to get rained on.
Yeah.
So my radar, which is the app I use, showed a pretty high percentage chance of rain for the whole day, but every other weather station I could find showed very minimal chance of rain. So sounds like it came in like buckets and just dumped on them hardcore.
Yeah, a lot of wind is what I heard. Heard there's a lot of cars there though.
Yeah, 264 entries. 64 or 69 small tire cars alone.
That's crazy.
So it was going to be a good race. It was going to be fantastic.
Unfortunate. I wonder if they'll reschedule it though.
Yeah, they're talking about trying to do it either this year or push it off to next year.
Yeah, it's hard to try and get a race together
This late in the season.
Yeah, because so many other races are already scheduled.
And I mean, if you're in a green part of the country, more than likely you're going to have freezing temperature here soon, or
I can't wait.
Lots of rain. So it's nice to be able to actually sit outside today without sweating. I mean,
I worked outside all day today.
Yeah, I mean, it got up to 89 today, and it's down to 82 right now, and it feels like it's air conditioned outside.
Give you a haircut outside.
Yeah.
I pulled weeds outside.
Yeah. Henry got to see some sunlight.
Yep. Hi.
What you looking at, buddy?
Careful where you're pointing it. So yeah.
So we're gonna. Yeah, so I'm gonna put some work in tomorrow because I did take Monday off for holiday, and in case that Saturday's race got moved to Sunday, we'd have Monday as a drive return day. So I'm hoping tomorrow I can find some push rods to try everything out and to see if the motor's gonna perform without having to do a cam change, but we'll see.
I think you're gonna do a cam change.
I agree. I've got something there that I think that may work, but I'll have to look. We'll see. I can slap the cam in that thing pretty fast.
I don't know. I just hope you get it figured out, because The thought of sitting out War in the Woods to save the big block for Outlaw is just...
It's tough.
It is tough.
It is tough. Yeah, because I mean, War in the Woods pays so dang well, and it's such a great event to make. So,
I probably won't be there, but I'd like to see you guys go.
this month is busy. We got this New York race next weekend. We've got War in the Woods, and then Armageddon, which we're doing the $1,000 buy-in Friday night race for like
Thursday night.
Yeah, did I say Thursday?
You said Friday.
Oh, Thursday night race for over 30 grand in payout, and then entering into Saturday's race, which is gonna pay really good. I don't know why I'm coughing.
Drink?
Yeah, maybe that mint from dinner's getting me. Yeah, then we got Saturday at Armageddon, and then the following week after that is
Ice Cream Cruise.
where they're racing for I think 12,000.
12,000, yeah.
But it's a 16 car invite deal, so
Were we invited?
we were invited. We were procured,
Recruited?
recruited, propositioned.
What were we propositioned with?
The possibility of winning $12,000 at one of Kyle Loftus's like luxurious events.
I've never been to a ICC.
The car show part of it is insane.
I've never been. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get you a drink. You're getting on my nerves.
So Ice Cream Cruise events are pretty awesome. We used to do them years ago all the time, and back before Kyle used to do track events following the Ice Cream Cruise, there would be illegal events. And
No.
yeah, yep, and those are always a lot of fun.
Alright.
Back when the world used to be always on the street. So out of our events in September, which one you most excited about?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna have kids at all of them, so I don't get to indulge in everything. I mean, I guess Outlaw, because I get to see Kayla and them.
Yeah.
So, Ice Cream Cruise is gonna be tough, because it sounds like it's a weekend event, and I'll probably have Logan and Henry.
I think it's just Saturday. They're doing some Friday testing, but
And I'm sure Logan's gonna wanna go look at all the race cars.
yeah, but
And the car
Saturday.
show.
Saturday's just a race.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess Outlaw.
So we got a pretty busy month.
Yeah, I won't be at War in the Woods. It's too much. Maybe back in the day, like when Logan was little and I was able to take him, but it's getting too big, and unfortunately can't control everyone.
Yeah.
And I got hit in the stomach at the gut when I was pregnant, and I don't want to deal with that at War in the Woods with him on me. So
Right.
I'll be sitting that one out, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just a little too busy.
And then Outlaw, I'll probably just be in the stands. So, which one are you excited about?
I think Outlaw.
Is there a reason why, or?
Well, I mean, because it always attracts, a ton of top caliber small tire cars that could just go brutally fast.
Yeah.
And then they did away with big tire this year. So it's going to be
Well,
all.
I mean, the only big tire cars they really ever had come were MPK guys, and they're not going to want to take the chance of wrecking their shit in the middle of the season.
So that's our racing schedule for the month. Something that came up today that was pretty interesting was Cedar Creek Dragway talking about fining racers that leak on the track.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be around much longer.
That It's getting shared quite a bit. Last I looked, it was almost 500 shares and thousands of comments.
I'll try and record it and put some of it in right here.
Effect immediately. So next Saturday night, it applies to all the racers. If you leak fluids here on the start line, anywhere, just a few little drops here and there, those kind of things, there's a fine of $50. Okay, so that means if your vehicle is leaking, there will be a fine of $50 on that vehicle and the driver. Okay, so you need to make sure the vehicle is not leaking. Need to make sure the vehicle is not leaking. Past the finish line, or the start line, not the finish line, if there's more leaks, that's $50. We're talking about little leaks, little drops here and there. We ain't talking about a whole lot. Now, we're talking about a whole lot, well, that'd be the transmission blows up, the motor blows up, that's a $100 fine. They make diapers for all these things to minimize fluids on the track. Alright, so that's initial $100 for it blowing up and keep going. For every 100 feet after that, that's another $100. So if it blows up and you go 300 feet, that's $300. Okay? So driving the vehicle, if there are issues, you need to pull over immediately. That's already been out there and known to racers for years, but they keep going. Causes a downtime, cleanup, all those things, and those costs are far more than what the fine is. So $50 here, starting line. After the starting line, another $50. Blows up and there's a lot of fluid, $100, and $100 for every 100 feet after that. Okay, so share with everybody.
I just want to fine you $50 if you leave a couple dribbles on the starting line, and then if you have a couple dribbles or a stream of fluid come out of the vehicle going down the track, they're going to charge you $100 per 100 foot of dribble. So you lose a training line on a starting line and you go all the way down the track without knowing that, because we don't usually have a pan underneath a transmission. Usually you have a engine pan or engine diaper. But yeah, if you lose a line or something and you run fluid all the way down the track, I mean, they're going to charge you for every foot of that track and the shutdown.
So freaking stupid.
Because they believe that you should know everything going on with your car, and I understand that. But there are times when you don't know
it's so dumb.
what's going on. Like, you don't know unless something is smoking, or you can smell it, or you're driving over that fluid.
Make a rule that you have to have a diaper. Then your track staff is only going to have to do a quarter of the work that they normally would have to do. It's going to save you the quote unquote thousands of dollars that you spend. Problem solved.
And I get that, you know, racers they should have responsibility for their vehicles, and they should do everything they can do to make sure it's fluid free or leak free. But at times there's stuff that comes up out of control. It is a race car. It's not a factory vehicle with a warranty.
Shit happens, man.
Yeah.
You tracked oil halfway down the track in your burnout at MPK.
It was 100 foot.
Whatever, but I'm just saying, that's so, like, did you go out there and do that intentionally?
No.
Did you know that it was going to happen?
No. Did I have a diaper on, and did it fill the diaper up and then explode out of the diaper?
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, you're still, like, if everyone has a diaper, then you're still cutting down the chance. Because, I mean, how many times is our diaper or somebody else's diaper that you know of saved from ruining a track?
Yeah, I mean, I've thrown a couple rods now.
Yeah.
And
so instead of shooting yourself in the foot and telling all these racers, you are going to do this or you're not, make it a rule. You have to have a diaper. That's going to stop. that's gonna not make racers steer away from your track.
Yeah.
Because the way he phrased it, there are so many racers pissed off about that.
Oh, yeah.
That are not going to support that track, that don't want to go back.
Yeah, like Bobby Ducote, he made a post saying, if I blew up my $100,000 motor on your racetrack and leak some fluid out, and you come to my pit telling you I owe you $1,000+ for cleanup fee, he's like, you're losing teeth.
Yeah.
And I think that...
I've seen a lot of posts like that.
I mean, we've always been one that, I mean, Eric, you guys seen all the videos. I mean, if you watch any of the races that I go to, you know that Eric's out there doing as much cleanup work for other cars as track personnel are.
If not more sometimes. It depends on the tracks.
So there are a lot of racers and teams out there that do help make the facility and race as best as they can. Even when you're not asked to, you're not compensated to. We know we do it because we understand what needs to be done to make the race as safe and the move.
Right, as safe as possible. But again, you guys know that. So I feel like as a track owner, you should have some understanding to that.
Right. So, I mean, I get it if you get, a car out there that hasn't been serviced in 15 years and runs the same number all the time, and that dude lets everything just rot on that car and it leaks all the freaking time. There are some racers out there that have problems, but maybe instead of hitting it with monetarily, which, I mean, let's face it, if you have a vehicle that leaks, you are probably not going to be the same person that's going to want to pony up fine money. But, that person given a couple warnings, 2 or 3 warnings, and then told, hey, you can't come back anymore. I mean, you got to take the rest of the season off. You got to take a calendar year off from coming to my facility. Maybe that's a better way to handle it, other than I'm going to charge you money and we're going to measure out, determine how much you charge, or I'm going to charge you for. So if it's 101 feet, I'm going to charge you $200 for it.
I can't imagine someone coming over to our pit and our catch can being full and it letting go for 100 feet or whatever. And it's not, super easy to clean up with the mop. Get taken care of. It's just a couple dribbles down the track, no big deal. And coming up to our pit saying that we owe them
right.
$400, $200, whatever, for a mop cleanup.
I've seen synthetic transmission fluid be a bear to clean up. You see a lot of daily driver type cars with coolant in the system still. When they lose coolant, it's a pain in the butt to clean up. You gotta wash the track.
Again, then make it a rule. There's plenty of races out there who have rules that you're not supposed to have coolant and stuff.
Right, that's every track.
So then that's on them.
Yeah, Tex should catch it. It's got coolant on the track and disqualify the car before it goes on the track.
I don't know about that. I don't know how you would go about that. I don't want to say Tech needs to nitpick everything, because there's obviously stuff that maybe some tracks let you get away with more than others.
I just think trying to take a monetary approach isn't going to work out in their favor. Maybe if you charge an extra $50 when every racer comes in and be like, hey, we'll give you this $50 as long as you don't lose your ticket. And if you make a mess, maybe we just take the ticket.
So a deposit. You want to put a deposit down at a track.
Like a hotel.
That's dumb. So where's your money going towards from the gate fee, from your tech cards, from all the spectators, from the concession? Like, I know it's going to help pay some of the staff.
Yeah,
who, if they're not volunteers. I do know some tracks rely on volunteers.
So racetracks, they have their property taxes, their lease amount, if they're leasing the property from a business owner or property owners, which happens a lot. They have their fuel, their insurance, their consumables, utilities, stuff like that. So, they've got quite a bit of overhead to do, but yeah, that's kind of an assumed. But if you have a
good running track where people want to throw events,
yeah,
then you should be making.
You should be making money. You should be.
I don't want to say you should be making like a ton of money, because we all know that tracks are, unfortunately, there's been a lot of tracks closing down.
They're not cash cows.
No, not by any means. But you have a good event.
I think enforcing the diaper rule is a huge thing.
I think that's that's the way that he should have approached it. And now instead of approaching it that way and telling people this is what you're gonna do, he's lost out. He's lost a lot of respect.
It's also got a lot of promotion.
I understand bad publicity is still publicity, but everyone's literally saying, I'm never going here. There's an event being held there that somebody that I know on Facebook is holding, and he literally just made a post on the event page and said, are people still interested in this event? If not, I'm canceling it, moving it to a different track.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, I mean, I just think there's always different ways to go about approaching things, especially when it comes to racers.
I mean, I haven't seen anybody that supported this guy's decision. If you guys have a different opinion than what we have on it, which I just think it was approached very poorly, and I think that, you know, obviously a fluid containment device being required, although we'll get some pushback anyways from your daily driver, you know, stock kind of class, you know, some of your bracket guys push back on it. But I think if you require something like that, I think that's a lot better than saying, hey, I have the possibility of billing you money, which I just don't think is going to ever hold up, period.
I just don't, I mean, would you have to sign a contract for that?
Yeah, you have to have some kind of contract, or, I mean, you have to be drawn up in some kind of waiver and brought to your attention when you come into the facility. So, yeah, I mean, if you
Everybody
guys...
better start reading that fine print everywhere we go.
Right? So, if you guys got a different opinion on that, let us know. I mean, it's not really combative or anything like that. It's just, we felt
If you got a different opinion, you're wrong. Plain and simple. He tried to get me to understand the reasoning behind it. It's dumb. From a business owner's perspective, it's dumb. You just shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah. But being mad at the moment, which, I mean, he wasn't running an event today when he made this live video.
No, but
I mean,
the next event is like in the next couple weeks.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, I could get being mad. I mean, we get disgruntled when we watch a car go down the track and, unbeknownst to the racer, he leaks some slick fluid. And it sucks. Yeah. Especially when it's late in the rounds and you don't have a lot of cars going down the track. So you send grudge, you send some test and tune cars down, and something happens with one of those cars that were already eliminated from the event. And then now we've got a 1-lane race, and now it's going to be a,
coin flip or chip draw.
Yeah, to determine the winner. I mean, because there's only so much you can do sometimes for cleanup to get a facility ready that fast. I mean, I can understand coming hot off of a situation like that and maybe making a video like this in jest, but it really backfired pretty bad. So
not a smart move.
Yeah, we just want to talk about it. It was one of our topics we had earlier while Mr. Henry was getting a little nap in.
Yeah, it was a lot more heated earlier. Stupid. It is. I mean, it's call it what it is. Like you said, if you require a diaper, that sounds so much better than you will be paying me.
Yeah, a diaper or belly pan. I do think that everybody concerns themselves mostly with the motors, and I know I want to do a belly pan that covers the transmission. That's on my to-do list at some point. And we rarely ever have a leak out of the transmission, but we had to replace.
It does happen.
It does happen. Like, we had a pan gasket that was reused several times for the last 2 years, and it was starting to weep a little bit and leave like a little puddle in the trailer. And then I think Eric said that he saw 1 or 2 drops at one of the last races. Maybe that was Knoxville, that he cleaned up. And he thought that maybe it came out of our car. And, so we're addressing that. And then, so I put new gaskets and a new dipstick tube seal on it. Because that looked like it was mostly the cause. And I know I've had times where we overfill the fuel, and we've had fuel slosh out of the vent. Man, I mean, I would be pretty pissed if I got to pay $100 for something like that when I see guys.
That's what I'm saying.
when I see guys go up there and go to the line and their rear end leaks, you know, a 4-inch puddle, or they launch, they go down the track and they blow oil out of the rear main seal and it missed it, the entire lane. I mean, that stuff kind of bugs me because I know they don't have any kind of oil containment device. And now we're after cleaning that up. But, I mean, I don't...
Or if you see fluid leaking, why not? And this happens at a lot of races that we go to. That is a rule. You're leaking on the line. Guess what? You're shutting your car off. You're getting pushed back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's another approach that could have been taken.
Yeah, especially if they can prove, I mean, if they can see a steady leak, I mean, you get that one shot and you're done. You know, they're kind of almost everything needs to be handled almost on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
What you're thinking.
Yeah. Except for diapers and belly pants.
Yeah, those should be required.
Yes.
Yep. No ifs, ands, buts about it.
Nope.
Required.
Yep. You can afford to get to that race, you can afford a cheap belly pan.
Well, I mean, diapers are less than $200.
I was going to say.
Yeah, they're usually about $145 to $165.
Put away $5 each day. $5 a week. Over the winter time. Invest.
Don't get the hash brown at McDonald's for your breakfast. Just get the sandwich and the water. That's what I do. It saves me $3 a day.
Oh, there you go. A hash brown saves you $3.
If I don't get a pop, if I skip the pop and the hash brown, it saves me about $3 every day.
You know, it'd save you even more if you ate at home.
Yeah. Instead, I spend $4.63 every morning, but it could be like $7.89.
I think that's all I got.
Okay.
Got anything else?
I got some more film footage for tomorrow and more dyno videos tomorrow. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this evening. We're all fired up and then getting over the whole track thing. But yeah, if you want, check out Facebook, Cedar Creek Dragway. Check out his live feed if he hasn't deleted it yet. And
I'm sure even if he has, somebody has screen recorded it.
Make it make sense.
I didn't even watch the whole thing.
I watched a good chunk of it.
The comments on it were freaking hilarious. So if you don't even want to watch it, and you just want good, like, pooping material.
Yeah, the original live feed had 2,500 comments on it when I looked an hour ago.
There's some good comments.
So.
Yeah, there's some really good ones. There's funny. I didn't comment on it.
I did.
I just laughed at it.
Yeah. So, alrighty. Well, that was our weekend. You guys have a great week.
Miss Cedar Creek Dragway. We had a post yesterday that a lot of people watched, but they didn't listen. They watched, but didn't listen. Or they listened to very few things and they held on for dear life at, oh, he said that. He said that. Nope. He said that, though. He said that. Without actually listening. So I would urge you to go back and listen to the full video. When you only listen to a couple seconds, 30 seconds, a minute to a video, and hear it and not listen, you're getting different information and making up assumptions. Okay? So go back and listen to what was actually said. Because a lot of people, the vast majority of people, did not listen. They heard, but did not listen. And there's a fairly big difference in those two. And some people know and some people don't.